setup.
Gangplank also really good versus Lissandra too, so see if I really do like the T1 side of it on this red side draft. We'll see though, EDG have a lot of playmaking ability. Maokai, Lissandra, Thresh, so much setup for this EDG side. In the previous game so far today, the heroes of the team were JieJie and Meiko, you know, supporting the team, setting up all these plays. And JieJie, bloodthirsty Sejuani, 6-0 on the Sejuani, almost 100% kill participation, not quite. And now he gets the carry champion, the carry jungler of the tournament, Graves.
And it's going to be incredible to watch. I feel like JieJie looking for a bit of redemption. The Vi game he played the first time around up against T1 was not his best. A lot of small mistakes, small errors, a chance for redemption here, a chance to secure first in the group. Those are the only stakes that matters. Win your first, second you're still out. You're going to be going against the first seed from another group, a terrifying prospect when you see some of the titans in other groups.
T1 versus EDG to end the group. Just think about it. This could easily be a world final in any year.
It's been an MSI final.
30 seconds.
And again, the crowd hungry for action here, and you can't blame them. We might get a bit of silence, might get a bit of quiet on the first few levels, at least in the game.
Oh, and we got the control ward start here for JieJie again. Control ward start for the Graves.
See, Faker, first strike, no cleanse. Level 6 comes around, the gank, the setup, the path is clear for the side of EDG if they want to make those plays happen, as you highlighted earlier. Zeus with the oranges, so easy for him to mitigate a lot of that dive threat, a lot of that gank threat. And I think the bot lane naturally is kind of where I look towards. As explosive as the solo lanes have been, I feel like the GP versus the Maokai, it's not going to be our source of action. Mid lane level 6, but we know how important the early levels are. Keria and Guma stepping forward. Poke not going to connect onto Meiko. Has taken death sentence level 1.
Yep.
Checking in. I mean, it's slow, it's quiet, a little bit of tension. Oner is going to get a bit of an early leash, which does mean that Flandre gets first access to the wave on the top side. Bot side, neither team opted to go for the leash here. Not surprised to see JieJie play away from the bot lane on the first clear, as he could try to make a play in the mid lane or top lane with the setup CC present. Credit the Viper for stepping forward. Level 2 starts to get a little bit harder as the Soraka has more harass tools.
Yeah, a huge part of the early push on this lane goes with hitting those Soraka Qs. Pretty good movement so far from the EDG duo. Dodging most of them, but the early push, of course, still acquired. Gumayusi and Keria going to slowly move it in. Sejuani moving down too with a red Raptor clear into blue quadrant. They have the pre-existing ward over bottom Scuttle Crab. Push already acquired, so T1 securing complete control of the bottom side of the map.
And it's the little things. Faker getting the early push in the mid lane, laying down that vision, keeping an eye on where the Graves will be, helping track some of the early kill pressure that is present on the side of this EDG composition. T1 sustaining pressure on the bottom side.
They could build a big wave and look for a dive. If they call Oner over, they could definitely burn some cooldowns at the very least here versus Meiko Viper. Yeah, big old wave stacked up, call over jungle. Here comes Oner,
Spotted.
first play of the game.
Good heads up ward. They at least are going to know that it's coming. Meiko the flay, the death sentence.
Krug trade maybe.
Roomed out play this.
He left his own Krugs up, so you expect JieJie to also path up there, take top crab, look for his Krug steal as well.
Big thing here is T1 just gonna walk up, auto the tower, hit the plates, poke and harass, because Meiko and Viper cannot step forward as long as they're not certain where Oner is. They spot him now, they know that he's taken the Krugs, but the pressure on the bot side is already netted in a jungle advantage for Oner. JieJie now gonna try to respond on the top side and steal away Krugs from the opposition.
Yep, he knows. Sejuani easily back into the river, pick up Scuttle Crab. Go collect Raptors before you get your recall off. And they should end up even. Zeus okay with having the Graves up there.
And I'm just waiting. See where these junglers go. This stage of the game pretty calm, pretty collected from both sides.
Top lane actually pushing a little bit for Zeus here, so could get a little dicey with Graves behind him. He's got his wave in front.
Got the oranges, locked up, immediately uses the oranges. JieJie on the way up, big slow coming in from the smoke screen, locking that one. Zeus now needs to walk away. Second half of the Q, not gonna connect. That's big. Zeus walks out alive. Doesn't burn any sums.
Yeah, a bunch of damage on those minions too. So minions taking some splash there. He doesn't have to worry about anything getting frozen on the other side of the map. Gets his recall off. Zeus holds his flash, doesn't panic.
Yeah, credit to him. Of course, small goal lead for Flandre for now as the wave. This is just a little bit from Zeus. TP as well, advantage, but you imagine Maokai will be forced to come back to lane. Faker just trying to cancel the back here, threatening Scout. Good hook, but no real follow-up there on the bottom side. Keria and Gumayusi so hard to bully out of lane. They have so much sustain.
You can tell the tension here in the crowd to top the group. As soon as one skill lands, teetering on an edge.
And of course, when you don't know where the junglers are, that is the kind of pressure that you're under. A single piece of CC hits and there is the follow-up. Fall down very quickly, and again, small advantages for either side could mean a lot as we move forward. 5 minutes in, Herald still 3 minutes out.
See if T1 can use this opportunity. Getting some canceled recalls here for Viper and Meiko. They're very low. They have no more sustain left. No more potions for Viper. 50% health there on the Aphelios. And the wave getting pushed in once again. It's an early move for T1. They decide not to recall and go for the plate money. Ooh, one auto there, getting it dangerously close.
But you can see the longer they keep Viper in this lane without backing, the bigger the CS lead feels like it's going to get. Again, you highlighted already, running out of mana, running out of health. Finally, at least Meiko will get it back. You've got JieJie in the area covering, making sure that the no dive can come through.
I wonder if Meiko goes mid with his recall then. Boots purchase for him. Could try and get some mid vision set up. You are now hitting level 6 on the mid laners. This 6-minute mark is where you can have really big mid lane plays. Lissandra with the ultimate. But they're not even going to clear out one of these gank paths. Control ward exists around mid to the top side. And we have an Oner move towards top side while JieJie moves towards bottom.
JieJie coming down. Meiko, is he going to commit the flash? Slow already coming out. Guma just forced to flash because he's not certain. He can't see where the hook is going to come from, so just flashes early in response.
Exactly. The smoke screen, such good gank setup just itself. So very efficient move there for JieJie. Clears out the control ward in the river as well, trying to establish control here for the route to gank through mid and bottom.
And you can see immediately how far back Faker is playing, because he knows now that 6 is here, now that he doesn't have a cleanse or opted not to take a cleanse. The pressure is on. They're still going to commit to it anyway. Flashing out, but Meiko, he's there with the hook, the lantern, the follow-up. It is textbook focus around mid lane. Faker going to try to walk it off, but the ignite is there.
Yeah, a false sense of confidence. You see the jungler walk across your whole lane. JieJie plays his part perfectly. Look, you don't have to worry about a gank. You know, I cleared the ward. It's free. He goes up to the top side, but he forgot about Meiko. Meiko, Thresh, all day today. 3 for 3 in games. He does not miss. Scout sets it up. The flash play with Lissandra. Now they're roaming towards the top side too. This pressure could cascade.
Not done yet. Flandre low, but it might not matter. All coming down from the GP. Zeus caught off to the side. Scout ready to go over the wall, locking him down. Zeus flashing out to safety, getting away from the Ring of Frost. That's going to be big because Oner is on the way up. JieJie has to be careful not to overextend. Flandre so incredibly low. Excellent response from the side of T1. They get the flash from the GP, but they will not take his life.
That play is why clearing out this vision between mid and bot is so critical. That gank pathway, both for jungler, but also for support. Meiko Thresh, making it happen again there for EDG. And the first blood money goes right onto Scout, 2 stacks onto the Dark Seal. So Faker, teleport had already been used. He walks back very quickly though, gets a turret plate in answer for the attempt at Zeus's life.
Yeah, these early item buys, especially if Scout is going to offer the Everfrost, are just so incredibly critical for team fighting. Offering more utility, more burst damage for Lissandra as well, making the resets easier. As they could have taken the bad end of a trade there. Guma and Keria still playing very far forward, but XP advantage in favor of EDG for now.
They reestablish control ward presence in the river here for T1. Immediately, Oner goes in for the red buff contest. Leashing it himself. Sejuani doesn't do it very quickly, but JieJie will stop at Raptors, so that's going to give him enough time. He's got Smite, no problem. It is secure. Level 6 Sejuani, fully operational.
And you can tell how close this game is and how much it means to both teams because neither side is risking overly aggressive moves to try to force Drake. Recall timers are being used for buys, for laning advantages. Neither side able to match a significant enough lead that they're able to take one of these big objectives across the map quite yet.
And you can see there, Scout, he then takes the couple seconds from mid lane, push out, then move into the river, clears that control ward immediately. As soon as JieJie says, hey, he took my red, he must have put it down another control ward. Go clear that thing out. That is our path to playmaking here. Scout, though, has stealth ult.
Just spotted him. Can buy time with it. Not too threatening from a damage perspective, but they will not overcommit.
He's looking juicy, though. Oner wants it.
Waiting, hoping that he burns the E. Oner can't afford to miss. Soraka on the way up. They're going to commit to the play. Scout locked down. Buys himself a brief moment. The gravity field's already there. The silence from the Soraka is key. Keria coming in just in time.
Patience pays off, and it's right at the Rift Rail. EDG going to start it out regardless of Scout going down, and T1 are just going to roam everybody to the bottom side. Look at the turret plates already being mined by Gumayusi. They kept Guma on bottom side. EDG make the call. Full rotation up.
And it's so critical. The T1 are able to grab not only plates in the bot lane, but plates in the mid lane, because if it's just the Herald, the local gold, pushing that trade very much in favor of EDG, but Viper, perfect guns to take a tower. As I say that, he swaps away. Can just drop the Herald on the top side, but T1 fighting fire with fire, responding with a play of their own. 1K gold lead for now. GP ult just to clear the wave. The dive coming through onto Zeus. No way he makes it out of this one. Soraka heal. Will not be a knife. Viper flashing out to safety, though, and Keria here to stop the push from amounting to anything else.
Soraka by herself, not too scary though. Faker's teleport is not even quite up yet, so Faker could not even teleport to tower. A couple more seconds on it. Maybe when the cooldown comes up.
Herald.
Can the Herald charge before the teleport cooldown is up? I think they're gonna blow it up, yeah.
Trying to get it down.
That thing is gone.
2.5 plates, gonna shred through it. EDG grabbing first tower of the game, now finding themselves the gold lead. Good heads-up use of the Herald. Scout already covering the bottom side to stop Guma for pushing for anything else. Ooh, one more. One pistol shot. Ooh. Doesn't mean much yet, but might mean an extra easy 600 gold later in the game.
Shelly's a hard worker. Gonna see that job done all the way into the secondary turret. Definitely could mean something later on, but not extreme split pushing on the side of EDG, of course. They're looking for the quick push and roam strategy. Try and make use of that crowd control setup. Faker, meanwhile, moving down to find Scout again. Scout now has flash, though, in addition to his ult. So.
Faker moving with so much confidence because he has Luden's massive item advantage. He can just zone Scout out of this lane, force him out by trading aggressively, and as long as there's not a jungler in the area, heavily favored for him. It's just going to back off there as Meiko tries to regain control of the bottom side. Of course, important to note, the Graves obviously packs a punch in terms of damage, but Umbral Glaive just such an overall powerful item when it comes to these fights over vision.
Yeah, especially when you always combine it with the zombie ward as a jungler. It just proliferates the vision across the map, and he's going bottom side looking for Faker. Scout with the setup
and
again.
Looking to lock him up. Gravity Field going to lock down JieJie for a brief moment. Scout now forced to back away. JieJie now on the chase. That's the challenging smite laid down. 1-2 shots coming in from the shotgun. Oner not going to connect on the ult is big, but JieJie whiffs. Oh, the movement from Faker. But no! One bullet, the fade away with the lantern from Meiko. It is beautiful to watch.
Oh, Faker, the hubris there. He wanted the money, but JieJie, he moves right in front of the Sejuani. Oner could not block the shots. He gets the kill and gets out on Meiko's lantern. This Thresh is such an enabler.
And that is an absolute moment where the tiniest mechanical differences matter. The box laid down, the lantern there, but Viper not quite close enough to follow up. Moving Keria staying focused, but the gold still so close. 400 difference between these two teams. There's a Drake for the side of T1, but there's a tower for EDG.
Oh my goodness. All right, I'm pretty sure JieJie misses the Q damage too. So yeah, Scout, it gets flashes with the ult. JieJie doesn't get the Q damage or the R damage. He's also gonna get juked on the R. But as long as he eased the stun, Faker comes back in, and JieJie just moves across the Sejuani, gets the auto there. You gotta have a body blocker. Because at this moment, he knew he made a mistake. But and then the Meiko lantern there as well.
And the thing I love about that is even in a serious game, even when the stakes are high, both make Faker grinning, JieJie grinning, they both know what happened there. Yeah. You just gotta respect it.
You missed the Q, you missed the R, but you hit the I.
You gotta play it flawless. That's the pressure when the gank comes through. Viper and Meiko reestablishing control of the mid lane. Only going to get harder for Flandre to sit in lane up against Zeus. As the Triforce already completed, it looks like Collector on the way. Obviously very powerful with the GP ult. And Kobe. This game is delivered. Thus far, it has been exactly what we wanted. It is no longer one team out-drafting or styling on the other. It is neck and neck. It is toe-to-toe, fist fight across every single lane.
And it's going to be very interesting to watch.
Oh, Zeus! He's hitting the barrels. The cats come out. But they're just a parting present.
Down the whole forest there, Daniel. Oh my goodness. He's full health too. Faker on the other side though, again. JieJie back for round 2. Oner's waiting for him.
JieJie now going to be in trouble. Only 2 stacks though. The entire team now backing off because they know they don't need to fight. They don't need to force for anything else. Already on the top side, Zeus has done so much to build an individual advantage. 40 CS lead, taking a tower. The GP is massive.
Yeah, Trinity Force and Serrated Dirk spike here. While Flandre's still working on Mythic, he made the stop off to get the tier for the mana. And Zeus finishes Collector at 15 minutes. Trinity Force Collector done here for Zeus after that. Level 11 as well.
Yep.
Rank 2 ultimate next time.
Okay, let's take a look back at this one.
Honestly, this is so quick. Oh, so Flandre W'd, but it's a little late. He still took the barrel damage. He was trying to dodge the barrel damage with the W, but it's a little late there, and Zeus just pops him.
The cats just give him a warm hug on the way out. He's having a great time, getting everything he wants in the exchange. And T1 now setting up around the objective. And remember, with Zeus this far ahead, with Faker at level 11, EDG fighting into this is so hard. But Scout on the side, maybe he can get something done. They're moving into a choke. This could be big for Lissandra, but the silence! Countered in picks and bans. There are no buttons for Scout to push.
It's too easy for Keria. Puts the silence field right down on that claw, but a Scout takes it and instantly blown up.
And he couldn't help it. 5 members there. Would have been a 5-member snare. But Keria knows it's the best option. Another lamp! Oh, man! Take this champion away! The silences are too clean from Keria. T1 pulling ahead, 2K gold lead. Sights set on that mid lane tier 1.
Keria with the Bard trumpet as well. He just says no, EDG. 2 wards down on that lantern. Silence field again. Both EDG carries. Both EDG carries countered instantly by Keria.
So
he's also rushed the Mikhails to get every member, any member of T1 who gets out, he can counter there as well.
Oh.
T1 already have built all the answers. The silence field was down so early too. No reason for Scout to take that. No reason at all for him to take that.
And maybe doesn't quite see the animation of the moment. There are so many champions there, but here, there's nothing you can do. Not only do they drop the silence, not only do they get the snare, they drop 2 wards right on top of that lantern.
2 wards and a big old Poro Rider.
I gotta say, Sejuani looking like the champ of the day.
Certainly is. My goodness though, this EDG comp, it relies so much on picking people off on side lanes here. The Maokai, Lissandra, Thresh that we went over. But T1, not only do they have the Gangplank, they also now have the Mikhails to get anyone else out. A Soraka heal as well for anyone who gets picked. They have so many answers built to the engage of EDG.
And I feel like this EDG composition so often functions like a shotgun. You got one shot, you gotta hit it. Scout needs these multi-man ultimates, JieJie needs these multi-man ultimates. But the Soraka is just a cork in the tip of that shotgun. It is not going well. Snare gonna hit 3 though, that's big. That could potentially be the start of the fight that they need. Faker trying to zone the rest of the team away, but Scout's already on the back line. He's managed to lock down 1. Maybe this is the follow. Viper on the backside, not able to get in though. That's gonna be key. 2.5 seconds from the Zanyas. Not enough. Zeus leaping in. It's a Pyro with a gun versus all of EDG, and he's making it work. Keria, the frontline Soraka. We went from dead even to absolute slaughter. T1 taking over the triple for Zeus, dominating the fight.
Keria said, we are the boss of Group A. T1 going to emphatically put their stamp on the day. It is a clean ace. Zeus taking heads here. Collected, collected, collected.
Man, he's gonna have 10K at the end of this tower.
That is a rich pirate.
Before 20 minutes, Oh, 4 1-in-1 Gangplank.
10,000 gold already.
You talked about a loot pinata, and we got one more on the rim.
Look at the sectioning on this team fight here. Zeus this whole time just moves up and creates another front while the rest of them go for the other side and are all focusing on Faker. Scout has to zone yours early, the rest of the group, but Zeus, boom, there's one, collects him. Boom, he's got another passive procced on Viper already. Another shot.
Even as the Lantern is coming out to save him, they still connect it on the exit. And it's big because they have so much zone control. If the initial combo does not work, it does not take someone out immediately to get the Lissandra reset. You can see the smiles, the elation on the faces of T1 and their staff, because they know how easy it is for them to execute these fights, how well they have been playing to shut down all of EDG's options. 3K from the GP, just about 4K from Faker. Monster performances from these solo laners.
Yeah, Keria with that very quick Mikhails onto Faker as soon as the Maokai gauge went off. And Faker unleashes the full combo there. Storm up super early. T1 absolutely smashing.
And now it's a 6K gold lead, Kobe. 20 minutes. So hard now for EDG to fight back. Again, if they can pick off single members, they've still got a chance, but need to keep their eyes on Keria, really. If they take that silence out of the equation, maybe they can get a little bit more done, but if it's not the silence, it's the gravity field. Of course, there is a Herald in favor of EDG. They will finally use it in the mid lane, really trying to force this exchange. Shrelia's used. Lot in the back of that Herald, a lot of spears stacking up. They won't be able to stop the charge, but they can stop the follow-up push. Zeus on the side. Again, one big, one very angry pirate looking to make his way out of this group. Faker already taking down one. Flandre off to the side, down. Viper in no man's land. 5 members chasing him down. He's got all the chakrams in the world, but he ain't got any teammates. He's getting knocked down, and T1 setting their sights on the Baron.
Faker has always exited groups in first place, and today looks like it will be no different. JieJie gonna try and slip in here for an objective bounty off of this dragon, but the teleport comes through. Double teleports.
Oh, T1 ready to fight for everything. Keria off to the side, the silence on the Scout. Zeus in the midst of everything. Do they have enough damage to burst him down? He's dominating, he's huge. The Soraka keeping him healthy, they can't kill him. Maybe, just maybe, but no, they don't do the damage. He's surviving everything. Keria, the hero to stop the shutdown. The hero to keep Zeus alive. There's nothing else we can say. New York is saying it for us. Tight, close game, first 15 minutes. It takes one fight, absolute confidence and execution from the side of T1. They are dominating EDG.
So clean. Started out, Oner with the ultimate here, over onto JieJie. They try and peel with the Maokai ult, but look at this. It's Zeus with the Chaos Storm. Faker and Zeus run the entire team away from Viper. The two T1 carries run them off, and then Viper's got no team left. He's been run into the pit by himself. T1 with Baron buff now.
Oh, Flandre running. No, Meiko can't even speed him out to safety. T1, they're so far ahead now. The execution's already been fantastic, but now the gold lead feels nigh insurmountable. Aphelios farming what he can in the mid lane, but he has to get out quickly. The rest of T1 ready to collapse at a moment's notice. He does not have the luxury of a Thresh Lantern there. He has to retreat up back into his own jungle just to survive. Viper fishing for a 1v1 against the support, but he can't finish the job, and now, well, we know who can. It's gonna be Zeus. Gale Force out. Viper just barely able to escape.
My goodness, these T1 carries, the combination of Faker, the GOAT, and Zeus, one of the most exciting players in the entire world right now.
Walk up, JieJie, just barely able to make it out. You know, Zeus got a Thunder, Zeus got a GP. Everyone's got their thing.
Ooh, the entire map in T1 control. The whole thing is red. There are only specks of EDG blue to hide behind at this moment.
13K gold on the GP, Kobe.
It's Infinity Edge is on the way.
You're not supposed to see leads this big in a pro game, Kobe. It's an incredible performance.
It's almost 4 items to 1 up here in the top lane matchup.
Yep.
That is brutal.
Ooh. And to be fair to Flandre, I think he should probably stop taking farm and give it to the carries. But it's just so hard. Viper just hitting 2 items. Guma already at 3. Faker on the way to 3. Has the Lich Bane too, just for the extra close combat dueling. Doesn't need the death cap. EDG have to hold the line if they want first seed. Hook gonna connect on a Viper or Gumayusi. That could be the start of something. Faker getting zoned away, but they burned all their cooldowns and they have yet to find a kill. The re-engage now coming in. The lockdown from over the wall. Zeus still standing strong. Keep your eyes on the barrels. Where are they gonna go? If they can find one kill, maybe it'll be enough. Faker getting cut down. Faker, can he stand strong? The shutdown, the reset from the Lissandra. One ghost, not gonna be enough. T1 too far ahead, but they're finding one at least. They're slowing T1 down, but still they push forward. The hook going wide. Oner going in. That's his cue. That is his signal. The GP raining hell from above. Oner, Meiko taking the kill.
Soraka's OP, but not that OP. Can't keep Sedge alive under the tower there. Last one does take it down. A little bit of hope for EDG, a little bit of a spark. 2 kills for themselves. Getting a shutdown there onto Faker. Now is the time to rally. You hear the fans trying to start it up. Looking for that comeback. 10,000 gold down, 3 dragons down, but a hope alive.
JieJie, fuel. They need it. Fuel for the fire. That takes time. That's all EDG need. That's the hope that they're buying themselves. A few more minutes to farm to get stronger, but despite the lead T1 built, EDG still managed to make some things happen.
Yeah, they engage on both sides. Flandre flashes on Faker while Guma gets hit with the Meiko death sentence there, but then Zeus comes to push him out. They re-engage onto Faker right out in the open. Scout uses the offensive ult so they can get the shutdown. It ends up going to Maokai. Not the best recipient, but they're glad to get the kill regardless. And then on the engage here from Oner, he can't quite get the kill on a JieJie, who gets off his gore drinker proc there to heal himself, and Sejuani gets trapped under the turret with the extra slow, even with the heals from Soraka going through.
And now we've reset the map. The siege stalled for now. EDG fighting just to get out of their base, fighting for a bit of control, but there's a ward behind them already. Now the TP flank threat is not massive in most circumstances, but with this GP so fed, it is still a concern. You can see the death brush already set up. They might not have a Heimerdinger, but they know how to wait in the fog of war.
Both sides waiting for the face check.
It's gonna make it happen. And you can see, it could just be one final 5v5. Autos have to come out to stop the barrel. They can't afford to let it proc. Tension palpable.
Gonna try and push out mid here. EDG make a rush on the wave, but T1 gonna get early priority towards this Ocean Soul. Dragon has arrived. They have Rend also. They can burn it down. EDG have got to go now.
It should be impossible to steal if they get the full setup. JieJie now moving over the wall into the pit, but it's still 6.5k health on the objective. EDG zoned away. They're waiting for the cannon barrage to expire. Big ulti coming off to the side from Viper, but he doesn't have the damage to back it up. Who can get the Drake in the end? It's the Red. It's the Ocean Soul for T1. This has to be it. EDG have to take this fight or the game will fall apart. They start off with a good exchange. Already the Sejuani gone. Zeus firing back one in respawn. The Kalista now flashing forward. Guma, fearless, leaping into the face of EDG. Viper running from the hills. T1, domination. They get the soul. They'll take the game. They're TPing just for a bit of a fun. There's nowhere for Viper to go. Zoned out. Gale forcing away, but he will be cut down. They will take their time, but T1 in group stages are an inevitability. Faker has never gone out second, and he is not looking to start today. T1 will take their time finishing this, but they will exit their group 5-1. They will push EDG to the second seed. They will outlive Fnatic and Cloud9 and look ahead to the challenges in front of them in the quarterfinals. EDG perhaps one last desperate stand. T1 ready for one more fight to seal the deal. Zeus legendary. Scout off to the side, gets a massive shutdown. But it is too little. It is too late. They will run, but Guma knows what he wants, and it's the win. More than the champions of the fountain. T1 leaving as first seed.
Huge stuff here for T1 moving through the tournament. Exiting as first seed yet again for Faker. Their bottom lane was massive. Pushing here early on with the Kalista Soraka, but Keria coming up with the silences on the engage. Stuffing EDG's hopes. And Zeus on that Gangplank. My goodness, they let the Maokai through, and they chop it right down.
And you love to see it because that's the kind of innovation you expect as we get into best of fives. How many more of the tournament power picks have a counter ready and waiting for them in the arms of some of these teams?
This Lissandra could not do anything. You're looking across the board. Top is a Gangplank. Can't do anything there.
Yeah.
Mid lane, Faker, his support rushed to Mikhails. So Keria, first item Mikhails, you can't go for him either. The Soraka silence on the ground on these engages made the game so difficult for Scout to play.
And I feel like we have to give credit specifically to Keria and Zeus. And Keria, so much of it the Soraka pick. He obviously played it exceptionally. He built exceptionally. And Zeus individually built that.